You have been in and out of Gaza a lot. I think most recently you were last there in early December. You're in Berlin now, but I know your mind and heart are in Gaza. What are your colleagues telling you there?
You know, there's this sort of overwhelming sense of, is this really going to happen? Did we somehow survive the bombs? And it's also coupled with this very intense, difficult to describe sense of, anxiety, perhaps might be the best way to describe it, because now they're going to have to really face this depth of indescribable pain of everything that has been lost. And then there's also the knowledge that nothing is entirely guaranteed. The fact that bombs will no longer be falling on Gaza is something that people have been craving, but they've also been craving food and blankets and warmth and access to medical care. And so a big question right now is, how are all of those other moving parts that are needed to save lives in Gaza actually going to come together? Because if this ceasefire comes into effect, if it actually holds, if the bombs stop falling and the humanitarian efforts aren't increased to the levels that they need to be, people are going to still die every single day.
Absolutely. So on that matter of the blankets, the medical aid, I know that there's like a surge of aid that's ready in El Arish, I think in Egypt, just to go in. What needs to be the priority?
I get asked that question all the time, and it's really hard to answer because right now aid is at such low levels. Do you try to prioritize food so that people are no longer starving, or do you prioritize blankets so that people are no longer freezing to death? The only way to really understand that is to recognize that we cannot talk about prioritizing aid, because everything right now is a priority, because the ways that people are dying and suffering include from hunger, from cold, from lack of an ability to access medicine. And then another key critical issue too is these medical evacuations. Look, we have a little girl who we've been working on trying to get out of Gaza who has a highly treatable disease that doctors are fairly confident is what's known as a protein C deficiency. They're not entirely confident in that because the needed tests cannot be run in Gaza. And she is already highly likely going to lose one of her limbs due to this, and it's spreading very quickly to the rest of her body. So these medical evacuations starting back up are key and critical.
Okay, speed is of the essence, and I know you're going to head back in as quickly as you can. Arwa Damon, thanks very much.